Hello Year 9. So this term we are looking at the different nutritional needs of different kind of groups of people, and we're focusing on athletes today, obviously specifically Olympic athletes. So first things first, we're going to have a quick look at what athletes eat. What activities they do each day, the kind of foods that they have to eat, and how those foods actually help them perform. So different nutrients are found in different foods, and those nutrients have different roles within our bodies, and those roles kind of vary between different types of people. So to do with their age, their activity level, kind of their like day-to-day life cycle, so whether they're doing night shifts, if they're working, whether they have to get up really early in the morning, all of those things have a little bit of an impact on the nutritional requirements that that person needs. So if you click on the video with this PowerPoint in presentation mode, and I will also put just the link on the assignments tab on Teams, it will bring up a short video for you to watch. I'm not going to go through it on this video because the quality, you lose some of the quality, but I'll show you where it is. So it's on this Get Set Eat Fresh website, and it's just this video here. And so if you click on that, it will go through, and it will go through some of the different nutritional requirements for a handful of different athletes. What you're then going to do with that information, and then there's these Audi ambassador profiles, which is specific information for some specific athletes. You're going to kind of compile that information into this table here. All right. So if you click on any of these names along the bottom, they are all linked to that person's Audi ambassador profile. So if I was to click on Katie Archibald, for example, it will take a little bit of time to load up, but it will take you to her Audi ambassador profile page. And so it goes through all of the different kind of day-to-day goings on in her life and her food, and then some of her favourite foods at the bottom. So you're going to pick 2 of these athletes, and you're going to complete this table. So what activity does the athlete do each day? So you would list all of the different activity they did. So it might be that they had a running session in the morning, then they had a strength session, then they might have whatever it is, just list it here. What they eat each day. And so that could be, you could write down the meals, or you could write down the individual foods, just put commas in between each one rather than pressing enter to go down because you'll run out of space. When does the athlete exercise? So at what time in the day? And so that will be, for most of the athletes, that will be more than once per day. When do they eat? And so what's actually really interesting is when they eat in relation to when they actually train. And then how does the food they eat help the athlete reach their goals? So what specifically is found in the foods that they eat that is going to help them achieve, whether that is increased strength, speed, whatever it might be. Food can play quite a big part in helping us to reach those goals. And then you're going to do exactly the same just for one of the other ambassadors. Okay. Once you've done those, you're going to complete these Eat Well medal tables. So you've done the Eat Well guide before, and it's that really simple kind of plate shape, which is split up into the 5 different sections, saying what we should be eating on a day-to-day basis. So say you had Katie Archibald, fruit and vegetables, she likes bananas, so you would click here and you would type bananas in there, and then you would go down. You're then going to allocate gold, silver and bronze to the top 3 food groups your athlete eats. So if they eat, the highest food group they eat might be carbohydrates, you would give that gold medal, and so you just write G for gold in here, silver and bronze. The third task is you're going to write down the activity your athlete does and the food that fuels them. So if there was an activity which was, I don't know, like a 10k run, that's going to need quite a lot of carbohydrate because you're going to need that energy, and so you would write that in here. Similarly for this one, say they did something that's a lot of strength training, they're going to need a lot of protein. So you're going to add those pieces of information just into these 3 sections here. And then question 4 is explain how your athlete uses food to reach their goal. So that's just going to be a paragraph or a couple of sentences saying how the way they kind of think of food, eat food, what foods they eat, how that is helping them reach whatever goal it is in whatever sport it is that they're participating. Once you finish that, you're going to have a go at doing it for your second athlete. So that second athlete, you'll probably find you get through the work a little bit quicker. And then you're just going to have a quick look at this one. This is one where you don't actually really need to fill anything in. It's more just to get your brain ticking over. So just thinking about how athletes compare to someone your age in terms of what they're actually doing and when they're eating during the day. So an athlete will wake up, then they'll have breakfast, they might do some training, have lunch, have a gym session, have a snack, have dinner, have a snack, and sleep. There's quite a lot of kind of food and stuff going on. Just have a think about which of these other kind of sections would you do. So in a typical day, I would probably think of a typical non-COVID day. Think about all the different things you might do in a day and when you would eat, when you would drink, and kind of what hours that takes part in. And then the final activity is you're going to come up with a meal or some meals for one of those athletes. So you need to come up with a breakfast idea, a lunch idea, and a dinner idea for one of the athletes, and you need to explain why it's suitable. So the breakfast idea, if that is before they go for like a slow jog, for example, the foods you're going to include in that will be different than if someone was going to go into like a HIIT exercise session where it's really, really high intensity. So you need to explain why the individual foods and the nutrients they contain, why they're suitable for the dish that you have come up with. Alright, if at any point you get stuck, just pop a message in the chat and I will do my best to answer you as soon as I can. All the resources should be linked directly from this PowerPoint, or they will be on the resources section on Teams. You are welcome to use the internet as well. Certainly for this final task, you might find that beneficial. But most of the resources will be in that assignment section on Teams. All right, thank you very much, Year 9.